welcome back. Welcome back to Greenbox Gaming plays Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. I'm actually going to do a proper intro this time where I introduce everybody. My name's Joe. I am the handler for this operation. I'm joined by my good friends Jean playing Benedict, Dace playing Benji, Brett. What was that?
Brap. It's like when rappers say brap, but more elegant. Brap.
Brop. Brop.
Brap. With the pinky, with the singular pinky.
Do you hold your pinky out while you do it? Brop.
That's like some
Brap.
Lord T and Eloise shit.
And of course, Brad playing Hank.
Yo,
All right.
I'm in Times Square.
Is that your background? Is that supposed to be?
Yep.
Okay. Great.
I like snakes.
Yeah. So, how are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling thus far about Chapter 2? About a volume of secret faces.
I don't feel like I'm about to die or step on some conceptual sanity mine. I feel safe.
Ooh, feel safe. No
I'm
doubt.
excited and also feel that, but I'm hoping they're gonna throw us for a loop. Like we're just going for a sort of a meet and greet kind of thing. But I'm really hoping shit's gonna just like pop off.
I'm very interested because I thought the person thing was one of the more interesting little things that happened, and it was like popped up and then it wiped away and like never brought up again. And now this is what this is starting with.
Oh, you mean in Chapter 1 that it came up?
Yeah, in Chapter 1. Yeah.
Does Demon Web 101 tell us if certain demons are susceptible to things like bullets, fire, hammers,
Physical trauma.
angle grinders? No?
Oh, you know what we should...
I don't think that's in
bring
there.
them? We should bring a cross.
Like a crucifix. Like just go.
Yeah.
You know what?
Dog.
And a what? A dog?
A dog to fight on our behalf. Yeah.
Well, you had Abraham.
I wonder
Abraham.
how Ham's doing. I wonder if time passes and then time doesn't pass in the Night Force like it passes. So Ham could still be out there.
Yeah.
I really hope Ham.
God,
will
what a
go out and-
reunion! I'm looking forward to that scene.
It's like the slow running through the fields scene, like as you guys are running towards each other.
Somebody
But
sometime.
As Ham's running towards us, he runs past us, and then we look behind us, and then there's a younger version of ourselves.
Oh!
Roll a sanity check.
Roll sanity check.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, let's not even mess around. Let's do it. Let's get
win
back
the
in
game.
here. Let's win the game. Let's win. Oh yeah. Brrrp. So, you guys, the team has received. It's 20 years later. The team has received invitations to apparently a birthday party, which they figured out pretty quickly. There's actually a summons for a Delta Green mission. As they were looking into this, they were pulling out a few different things, about the invitation. Hank, with his forensic skills, like, oh yeah, this is written by a man. He's right-handed, but then old Benedict, or let me phrase that, not even Benedict, Jean, the old big brain on Jean's like, wait a second, the actual art asset that we're looking at looks like it's torn a bit up in the corner, and there's something underneath it. What's that? And sure enough, they reveal this second note underneath, which is a handwriting sample. And also on it is, as we were talking about, the seal of this demon that they had seen before. Person, P-U-R-S-O-N. A demon that they saw 20 years ago. The seal of this thing. The team got together at a bar where Benji was playing. They're all 20 years older. Two of them are in their 60s now. And they met up and decided that they are going to head out to Boston sooner rather than later that they want to scope out the joint. They decided that some of the things they wanted to do is they dug out their old fake FBI gear they had from 20 years ago. Hank went and was able to get some a little bit heavier sidearms for these guys, so a little bit packing, a little bit bigger for punch. And old Benedict was able to take some of that illicit cash that he had and was able to grab that and put together essentially a disappearing bag. A bag of disappearing.
This is the normal reaction in Delta Green. You get a birthday invitation, you come out with kidnapping gear, more guns, and Speedos.
And Speedos, of course.
Typical.
I forgot the Speedos. It is, like, the thing, like, this is all in the book, guys. The kidnapping kit, the guns, the Speedos, it's in the book. Like, if they didn't want you to wear the Speedos, they wouldn't put them in there.
They wouldn't have put it there.
Wouldn't put them in there.
They wouldn't put them in there.
Coming to the merch store in the next 2 weeks.
$15
Patreon tiered subscribers.
That is not
Thanks
true.
all you guys.
That is not true. And
our faces on the front of the Speedo
oh god.
to frame the package.
Wait, do we want to have on the front of the Speedo? Do we want to have the logo that has all four of our faces on it, or do we want to let them pick which one of us to have?
We gotta let it pick.
We gotta let them pick.
And then what is the prize for the person who is the most popular?
Oh, the prize goes without.
Speedo.
The prize is already in the Speedo, my friend.
Somebody's gonna be swimming in a pool in some hotel or something, and they're gonna see your face swimming past in somebody's junk.
No higher honor. No higher honor.
No higher honor. Anyway, you guys travel. You guys jump on the train and travel to Boston, Massachusetts. I'm gonna say that you guys arrive. I don't know how fast trains are. I'm gonna be frank. I also don't really know how close Boston is to New York. So I'm gonna say that you guys are able to get to Boston by the middle of the day on August 31st, the day before before you're actually supposed to be there. One of the things that I'm gonna kind of meta here. I'm gonna kind of put on you a little bit. Is one of the things.
3 hours, 25 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, 100% doable. So let me move over to the gameplay screen actually. Oh. Okay. One of the things that you guys do pretty quickly is that you, like, when you get there is similar to kind of how you had in the last mission. You're like, all right, we need a base of operations. It doesn't take you long to find nearish to like central-ish enough. You were able to find what looks like that you guys are able to find ahead of time and then get to it. An abandoned construction site. A construction site that was they started to work on, and then like as they were working on it, like the money fell through, or there was like an imminent domain issue or some legal thing. And there's this construction site where it looks like someone was trying to start to build like condos or something, and it just never got done. It's an empty shell of a building that probably has like fences around it and stuff. And you guys are able to arrange to get a set of keys for, like, we're not going to go into it. You guys are able to figure out how to get a set of keys, or maybe you just go up to the padlock that's on the fence, you break that motherfucker off and put your own padlock on there. And you guys now have basically this place as kind of your headquarters, and that's going to be the canonical location for our evidence board that we have on Roll20 here. So yeah. So this is where you are. You guys can also get hotel rooms in this time. You don't have to play that out. You guys are able to get hotels. The expense is not extreme. You don't have to worry about whatever. You guys are able to get a hotel to have a place to stay. So, in the meantime, though, I need to ask one question. I need to ask two questions. One, are you guys traveling like as law enforcement, or are you like plain clothes with your badges on your person? Like, kind of what's the vibe here?
Probably
Benji would be plain clothes.
Okay.
Suited up for Benedict.
Okay. And then also, you guys are bringing all of your weapons with you. Is that the case?
Kidnapped
Yes.
here.
What's the
Cool.
trench
Vito
coat and
already-
shotgun situation?
I would imagine Benji has like a big rucksack on his back, like a hiker's backpack, the shotgun stuffed in it.
Okay.
Do we still have the gas mask?
I don't know, do you?
It's not necessarily something Hank would keep. I just didn't know if
I mean,
Benji or
Benji would have
Benedict-
absolutely kept his, but I don't think he would have any reason to bring it.
There's a quick like smash cut to Benji's apartment, and like up on the shelf, like it's just this gas mask just sitting there, and the cat like jumps up and sniffs it, and then like hisses and jumps away.
I probably shouldn't, huh?
So yeah, okay. So you guys have all that stuff. I just want to verify kind of what you've got with you. I want to make sure that you have all the stuff. If it comes down to it, not that I think you'd ever use the shotguns. Why would you need them? If it ever comes down to it, we'll deal with that then and there, or I might just add it to your sheets between sessions. So you guys are now in Boston. So what's your kind of plan of action here?
How much time do we have?
We're gonna say it's the middle of the day on the 31st. Your meeting is tomorrow at 8 o'clock at night.
Tomorrow. Okay.
It's case the joint.
Yep.
Case the joint. Oh man, you guys are talking like real Delta Green operatives now. We're gonna case the joint.
We've been burned before.
And we have burned.
Yeah,
Well,
I think we
Burned and been burned.
I think we can all agree. It's been burning.
A lot of burning.
All right. So when you say case the joint, I mean, are you literally just like waiting around outside, or like I want to know what this looks like. Are you guys like sitting in a car down the street with binoculars? Like, are you like up on a building? Like what's going on?
Multi-pronged approach.
Okay.
What if,
Benedict would go in.
yeah,
part of
like
that
what if
prong.
somebody goes in and somebody else surveils the building from the outside? And I don't know what a third person could do.
I like the idea of being on a roof. I'll be on the roof, kind of
So-
getting the aerial view.
Benji will be like in a rental car on the ground floor.
Okay. As you
Benedict's
guys
going in.
as you guys are watching, I mean, this is like a pretty this is a pretty professional setup. You know, Benedict, you go in. I mean, and just like the quick look on Yelp, it's got 4 stars on Yelp. It's like a Mediterranean restaurant. Looks to be family owned. It says it's been in the neighborhood since 1981. It's been kind of a staple of the Dorchester neighborhood. So you guys are, you go in, Benedict. You're like kind of looking around. You're like getting an idea of like where the exits and stuff are. They have enough room to to house, I don't know, like there's like 11 tables, that seat about 4 people apiece, and there is a large party room that has one big table with 12 seats around it. And right now, it just has a little sign in front of it that just says closed. It just looks like that normally people aren't typically sat in there. You eat the food. It is okay Mediterranean food. You have some falafel. It is neither terrible nor terribly good. It is just kind of middle of the road.
Okay.
It's just Mediterranean.
Like the muffles we've had in the past.
Yeah. It's not. Oh God, that's a blast from the past. That's a callback to the Skystone Saga D&D game we played.
Oh,
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, are you asking? Well, you guys can figure out pretty quickly. It doesn't take any type of extensive search. For a quick Google, the place is owned by a guy named Eduardo Diaz, and he's owned this place for a long time. You guys are watching. It looks to have about 19 employees ish that kind of come and go. What is there anything else specific that you're looking for? I kind of want to get the idea of what you're focusing on, so I know what to give you.
Hank would be looking for escape routes and stuff like that, like just ins and outs, in case they got in a jackpot.
One of the big things you see is that from the vantage point across the street, there is a wide open view through the large windows into the private dining room. You think that this would be an incredible Overwatch position if you could get a hold of a rifle or something like that. This would be perfect. If things went bad tactically. Besides that, I mean, there's an exit out the back, where deliveries and stuff are received, where the people who work there go out and smoke, and where it looks like the owner parks his car in the back. It has like a typical amount of like fire exits and stuff like that. It is not the kind. Okay, let me tell you what it is not. This place is not the kind of place that Hank would pick to put a kill box. It does not seem to be a perfect place to get people in a small area and gun them down. It doesn't seem like that.
Gotcha. That's mostly what he's looking at.
If this is an ambush, it is a bad one.
Gotcha.
I think Benedict wants to look into the history of the building from the inside. So either through talking to people or maybe, I guess, seeing if there's anything around that he can look into the history of the building itself. While he's inside.
Okay. I hate to put a bunch of dead air here, but
because my hypothesis is that we're not actually fighting demons, we're not fighting the unknown, we're fighting buildings here, people.
it's fucking buildings.
Fucking buildings. I'm not saying it's buildings, but
Well, we've done it once before.
buildings.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me in these buildings. Just from like asking around, you could even ask, if you ask very quickly, like, hey, this is a great place. I love this place. Is it family owned? Like the owner, Eduardo Diaz, comes out and talks to you. He's an older guy. He's probably about your same age. He's probably late 50s, early 60s, and he tells you about the how he bought this place. He scraped together all the money he had and borrowed from friends and family to get the money to put this restaurant together, and it's been a great success. And even though he says it's been a great success, but he's wearing a cheap watch and his cheap shoes and stuff like that. So either these are his working clothes or great success is measured differently. That's like he says that this has been a blessing. He loves being a part of the community. That they've been a real staple of this place for a long time. He kind of gives you the same spiel. It seems to be very much. He seems to be very passionate about his little restaurant.
Okay. Eduardo, have you seen any weird passages? I'm sure there's new buildings, old buildings. They got weird passages. You got any weird passages, my friend Eduardo?
You're asking him about secret doors and secret passages?
Yeah.
Night floor specifically.
Okay. Roll me a check. Roll me some type of persuade check. Some type of charisma typed persuade check to get him to tell you the ins and outs.
Great falafel. Do you have any secret doors?
Tell me about man. This Ziki sauce. So about those secret passages.
Them secret doors. Persuade success 24 under 51.
He laughs and he's like, why would we need those? He's like, I guess you could crawl through the vents if you wanted.
Which vent specifically?
That one.
Excellent, good to know. Slaps him on the back.
You can get to it from the vent hood in the kitchen.
Okay.
So
This was a worthwhile trip.
All right. As you leave,
Benedict will come out
as you go to
and
leave, he's like,
everybody
"Hey."
about-
As you go to leave, he's like, "Hey. I hope I don't see you later crawling in those vents."
You know, he's stuck. Finger gun.
Ah, yeah, you.
Yeah.
Good mission.
So yeah, yeah. What else are you guys? I don't know. Like by the time it comes evening, you see a bit of a dinner rush, and that kind of thing. Beyond that, there's really nothing super notable about the Gateway Bridge restaurant.
Okay. Do we have like walkie-talkies or something?
Yes, I would say those are an incidental, like, thing that you would have as like part of your police gearish stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I mean, oh sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Benji gets on the walkie-talkies.
Guys, I think we might have overthought this one. I don't think there's anything here. We've been sitting out here for 5 goddamn hours, chain smoking. Got a whole pyramid pile of syrup pile outside the rental car. I ain't seen shit.
Yeah, there's a woman is pushing a carriage through and like sees the big pile of butts, and she turns her nose up at you as her teething child drops a 45 caliber revolver out of the bassinet. She reaches down and picks it up and gives it back.
Benji blows smoke into the child's face.
Put hair on your chest, little buddy.
Oh man. So yeah,
Yeah, Benji, it looks to be quite normal from up here too. A normal amount of escapes, clear window into where we'll be presumably dining. The only other thing I can think to do is maybe ask around for this Richard fella. Maybe we don't. I'm sure it's a fake name, but maybe on an off chance he might have some presence in the community.
Benedict comes in over the radios. No, absolutely not. There are some vents. I spoke to Eduardo. He told me about these vents. He seemed like he was laughing and having a good time, but I know he's up to something. Just flagging it. Eduardo is up to no good.
no good. You're supposed to say over at the end.
Over.
You know you don't actually have to say it just makes the sound when you do it like this. See,
Roger, over.
He's gone crazy. My name's Hank. There's no Roger on the radio.
God damn it.
He just shuffles out really
Yeah.
suspiciously.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can meet back at your hotel where you're staying. Somebody Google me a a hotel in Central Boston. But yeah, so you guys meet back at, you could, I guess Benedict's able to bring enough falafel for everyone to, have something to eat.
Kept it in his
Ooh.
pockets.
Hotel Veritas has good reviews. But I don't know. We could also go to Sonder 907 Main,
Will's
Crown
is
Plaza.
Benedict paying?
Yeah, it's Benedict. If Benedict's paying, then just whatever.
If it gives
Well.
us some buffs, oh yes.
Let's go to the real Ritz-Carlton.
All right,
It's actually
okay, you guys end up at the Ritz, whatever the version of the Bostonian Ritz is. You guys end up there.
The Ritz-Carlton, Boston.
We
Yeah,
go
it's
swimming in
actually-
our speedos.
Ritz-Carlton.
It's wicked smart.
Carlton. Ritz-Carlton.
Um,
That's a bad Boston accent.
so is there anything else that
Pretty
you guys
straight.
want to do before tomorrow evening?
Well, Hank will Google the name, Richard. What was the name? Richard
It's like Zaloni.
Zaloni.
Yeah, Zielony, Zaloni. You are not able to find anything about a Richard Zaloni, but you do find that one of the first things that does pop up is that Zaloni is apparently Polish for green.
Nice.
Ooh.
And Dick is short for Richard. Dick Green. Delta
D-
Green.
Delta
boys.
Green. Bow, bow, bow.
Nice. Well, this is just a straight up mission briefing. That's what I think it is now.
I don't trust it. I don't trust it one bit.
That's all we
calm
got to
down,
go on,
Benedict. Listen, we all know
Benedict's
we
close
had
to his breaking point.
To keep in mind, Benedict is about to snap.
Listen, I know we had a hard time back in the. I won't even mention, but I'm sure there's no alternate dimensions in the vents or whatever you got going on in that crazy brain of yours, Benedict.
Good God, man. How can you be sure?
All right. What is we have?
I
Any?
just realized
What?
Benji is insanely close to his breaking point too.
I think you
So I
all
need to
all
start
are.
playing him like that.
I have 1 point
We're all
left.
super unhinged.
Yeah.
You know what, Benedict? I hear what you're saying about them vents in there, and I'm gonna keep my
Right.
peepers trained on them.
And on that Edward guy. That fucking guy. You thought he was laughing. I was laughing. We weren't laughing.
Jesus.
What is laughter but the deflection of it ain't good. I don't like that guy, and I'm gonna watch them vents like a hawk.
So, is there anything else, gentlemen?
Thanks, guys.
You did this, Joe.
Yeah,
You
it's
did
my
this to
fault.
us.
I mean, that conversation did seem like a conversation you would have with someone if you're uncomfortably high.
It does-
Totally.
All right. So, so September 1st, you guys do whatever it is you do. When do you get there?
What time is the birthday?
8:00 p.m.
What about prompt right on the spot?
You guys want a pregame? Get a little bit fucked up before we see Marcus?
I don't know, Benji. I don't know if I got. It might be serious business when we get in there.
Yeah, that's why we need a drink. It's gonna be heavy.
I wasn't going to say anything, but maybe you should cut back on the olive juice.
Just a little bit.
Oh damn! You sound like just like the woman that I know whose name is because I love her, and her name is Dara.
You sound just like her, the woman I love.
Took me a second.
You sound just like Zara.
I side eye Benedict. Anyways,
Not sure if she's real.
All right.
So you
Hank's
guys,
not gonna pregame.
are you guys gonna get there? Are you guys gonna just drink beforehand?
No,
Hank's
just-
not.
Go in early, sit by the bar with
I guess
Benji.
a sensible 750.
Yes.
Okay. You guys, when you guys get there, you see that there is that the sign in front of the private dining room has been changed from closed to private event, Zaloni birthday. And the door is closed. So you have a little bit of time before you get on in there. What do? Are you just gonna drink and then just pop in right on time?
Well, maybe as we're sitting around, Hank does bring up, fellas, the more I think about it, this something is not right. I mean, if this was another mission from Delta Green, wouldn't they want it to be much more private? I mean, Marcus did warn us of this other sect within the Delta Green called the Organization. Do you think this is some kind of, I don't know, initiation or invitation to past Delta Green members to be part of the organization?
Are you suggesting that it's not actually Marcus that set up this meeting?
That's correct. But this Other.
I just figured it's him because he's so incompetent. The only thing he changed was the character and his name for an alias. I figured that's classic Marcus.
For all of our sakes, I hope it is his birthday.
If it is, we're gonna make it the shittiest birthday he's ever had. We got the taser, we got the speedos, we got everything we need.
And all your presents right here, Marvis.
Benedict will go. Benedict will go and ask around, ask at the reception. Oh yes, you fellow. I don't know if I spoke to you on the phone, but I'm here for the party, and I wanted to find out if Marvis is around. Is he checked in upstairs?
Oh, yes, sir. I think he's already in there.
Oh, in the party room.
Yeah.
Oh, how delightful.
Yes. Are you
So we're all-
are you the birthday boy?
I'm not, but thank you for asking. You're such a sweet.
Oh no, is it a surprise? Oh God, I shouldn't even have said
It's a
that.
surprise.
Oh, whew.
okay.
Oh, you saved my bacon there, sir.
Don't tell the next guy.
Okay.
Benedict's learned some people skills in the last 20 years. Good for him.
Great conversation's like the worst trip you could possibly have.
It's touch and go all the way.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say,
Right.
fellas? You want to go in?
Let's just go in.
Yeah, so we all draw our pistols.
Yes.
Freeze!
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. All right. So you guys go in, and if you would please, take a peek over at roll 20. You will see a picture of someone that you've actually already seen that you weren't supposed to. You see this man here in the private waiting room. He is how old is he actually?
It's like 65.
Sorry, I've lost my spot and whatnot. Yeah, he appears to be in his late 60s. Black man. He's wearing a kind of just like it looks like a sports coat that's just like thrown over a button up and a pair of khakis. As you come in, right as you come in, he's like drinking a glass of water, and he's and he puts it down. He says, come in is for the Zaloni, the Richard Zaloni birthday, right? He says, he looks at you. He says, Hank, I believe, or he says, Benji, or I'm sorry, he seems kind of flustered, kind of says, forgive me. Agent Molasses, Micha, and Matador?
Well, you seem to know us quite well. We haven't had the pleasure of meeting. He reaches out his hand.
Yes, I'm Agent, I'm Agent Exeter. I'm Exeter. That is EXTER. Wait. Sorry, EXT, ET. Sorry, EXETER.
Calm down,
Shit
man.
me.
Jesus
God.
Lord have mercy.
Sorry.
I got a cocktail. Knock back one of these puppies and you'll be just right.
He tells you his name is
How
Agent.
drunk are you?
He tells you his name is Agent Exeter. He said, "Yes, that's Agent Exeter. Now I'm gonna be close that door there." He leans out. He goes to the door, leans out. He says, and you can hear him ask for the wait staff to not disturb you guys. And closes the door.
We're the only ones in the room?
Yes.
Okay.
You were surprised to not see a birthday cake. You're kind of disappointed. but
God damn it.
you
Benedict in particular.
he says, "All
I knew
right."
it was a farce. He
says-
starts looking at the ceiling, looking at the bed.
Looking at the vents, he's like, "All right, yeah, I'm Agent Exeter. I'm gonna be briefing you on what we've got here. We've got what we got to deal with. Everyone, roll me an alertness.
I don't trust
Yeah,
this
this
guy.
seems very forced. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely suspect.
Benedict fails.
man, fumble.
Dude,
Damn,
failures
Benji fails too.
across the board.
Alright.
He's just so engrossingly incompetent.
Like the only thing you really knows about this guy is like he smells. He smells like BO. And his clothes
Well, I mean-
his clothes are not very. They don't look like it's a sports coat like over a like it looks like they could be nice if maybe they had been pressed or maybe even washed recently. He does not look well put together.
I mean, I think Hank would even stop him and be like, "Wait a," like he's a little pissed. He's like, "Oh, this, what is this? I mean, we haven't heard from you guys in how long? 20 years, and this is what is? You invite us some birthday party, and
It's
now
fucking
straight
cake.
to business."
It's not really a birthday party. I'm not sure if you've noticed. I'm sorry. He looks over at Benedict. Sorry. But no, it's not really a birthday party. It is a mission.
Is this your first time?
And you rented out the entire fucking restaurant.
No,
could've
not
met
the
in the
entire
park.
restaurant, just the private room. We're not made of money.
Why'd you sign your name as Agent Marbus?
It's just a name I came up with.
Oh. Coincidence, huh?
But coincidence to what? Exactly.
You don't need to know.
Look,
All right.
all right. Like, things haven't been perfect, okay? But you're the only team we have in the area, and I just got tapped the last minute here, okay? Sorry.
Go on.
This operation is codenamed India Moon.
Oh, that's the name of a clown I knew once. He was a good feller, though. Don't judge them clowns.
There is a
It's living.
psychiatric facility here in this part of Boston.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
Nice.
There is the facility has deep communications with our organization, with Richard Zaloni. And sometimes agents associated with Richard are taken to the psychiatric facility for recuperation. Some of the agents have gone missing. We need you to find them. They all went missing on the 28th of August.
This year?
Yes. So, like, the
What's-
2 days before you guys got the invitations.
What's the name of this facility, this mental institution?
Dorchester. Dorchester
Yeah.
House.
I think we might have an idea where your agents might have wound up.
He kind of turns an eyebrow at this. Says, they went missing all at the same time, and this was found written on one of the walls. He takes out a photograph, puts it in front of you. I have now put it on roll 20. It is a photograph of a wall with written in blood the following words. Or would one of you like to read what you see here?
Abigail Wright.
God damn it.
Quick one.
Fucking
Joe,
internet playing.
Joe, I'm not seeing the same screen in the stream.
There it goes.
There we go.
I think it popped in. It took us.
You want to take it, Brad?
30 seconds popped in. Yeah.
Hank and Benji started at the
Let's
same
read it
time.
together. Let's start reading at the same time.
Let's read it together.
Good.
Well, I think as soon as he sees Abigail Wright, Hank's heart just like flutters. And he's like, and he starts to read it. He says, Abigail Wright has gone to sea, crossed the waves to rescue me. In a ship both tall and fine, she rounds the corner, marking time.
Benji writes that down. He's
Damn.
gonna steal that for lyrics.
He writes it.
It's
in blood.
good. It's good.
His
Dang, son. That wrenches the heart.
He
Abigail Wright. You know this name, don't you? He's like looking at
he's like I don't know anything. I'm just here to give the briefing. I do know that before the incarceration of these operatives, they came in contact with some book known to have unnatural properties. The specifics are restricted, so don't even ask. I don't even know. The recovery of any book of this of any occultic book is to be reported to me. Do not read anything you find. If you just enough to find the title and the author, that is it. Beyond that, do not read anything. I'm going to give you this, and he gives you. Let me pull it out here. He gives you this huge, like, chonky, old 90s satellite phone.
Jesus.
Okay.
Talk about a brick.
Yeah, like this is like in the 90s, this was this was the kind of stuff that the CIA might have. He gives you this big phone. He tells you that you can contact him by pressing star 616 on the phone, and that will get you in touch with him. And this is a secure line of communication, but all communication should still be kept to an absolute minimum, like no matter what.
And you dial star 616.
He reaches over and hits the end call button before anything happens, and then continues to brief you. He then also hands you a card, which is now here as well. Is a card for Dr. Richard F. Dallin, the director of Dorchester House Psychiatric Facility. He tells you that this Agent Exeter tells you that Dallin is a group friendly, and and you guys as Delta Green agents would know that friendly means that someone is not in Delta Green, but they are familiar with the fact that there is an organization. They might not know all the ins and outs. They're familiar with the fact that there is an organization that they are supporting. They're not necessarily a part of the conspiracy, but they are aware of the conspiracy and are trusted.
It's a weird choice to make Richard Zaloni and Richard Dallin. Like, it seems like an intentional choice. I don't know why.
So yes, he tells you that that Dr. Dallin is expecting your call. And yeah, there is one thing we need to knock out just real quick, though. Everyone go ahead and make me a sanity check as the weight of Abigail Wright's name kind of really dawns on you.
Oh no.
It seems like a reach, but okay.
Oh, that's
Benedict fumbles.
Is that a fumble from Benedict?
failure.
Benji got a failure. 50 over 40.
Everyone take 1 helplessness damage.
Okay.
Damn.
Luckily, this was only a 1 loss, so there is no additional loss for the critical.
Wait. So that puts Benji at his breaking point.
If you are
Also-
at your breaking point, you are not yet broken.
Same. Okay.
When you fall below your breaking
Also,
point.
I'm at 3 helplessness check marks.
Same. Yeah, we all are.
Oh yeah, I guess you all are technically. Okay, hold on. All right. Yeah, that means that each of you has developed that you are now adapted to helplessness damage. I love the Delta Green book because it has an entire area just called Sanity. Because it's that important of a part of the game.
So now, when we look at innocuous documents, we're not going to be hurt by them. Is that what you're saying?
I don't like the tone of what you're saying there.
When we read a sentence like, sometimes things become possible if we want them bad enough, we don't just go fucking insane all of a sudden.
I need everybody to
I'm
roll
not bitter.
1d6. And John can roll 2d6 and take the lower value.
All right, Hank got a 3.
1d6. Benji got a 1, which I assume is good.
Benedict got a 3.
Benedict.
I need each of you to go over to your power score and reduce it by that number.
No.
Not the power.
Why are your weakness?
Fuck.
Yeah,
That's not good.
becoming
That's shit.
adapted is not
Wow.
great. And the thing is
Pretty significant.
yeah, and
Yeah.
any of you who drop below 13, you now are no longer distinguished in that area.
I did drop below 13. I'm now at 12 in
Same.
power.
Yeah.
I'm at
Same.
9.
So what does
I'm at
that
10.
mean?
So this means that your willpower points, which are kind of like, a resource that you can utilize to push through hard things, to overcome things, to deflect sanity on your bonds, your willpower is reduced. There are also certain... Benji would probably be aware that there are also certain occultic rituals that rely on one's willpower and capacity to channel power in themselves.
Oh, hell.
So yeah.
All right.
Can't deflect this power
First
into
of all, so
pigeons or brothers, can we?
I
Hank won't. Hank, go ahead. Is there more we're gonna do? But Hank wants to deflect this sanity
Oh,
roll
that's
that
what I
he
was
filled.
so if you deflect it, you do not get adapted to helplessness because you have to take the damage.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. We already did all that. I guess we'll do this.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Next time.
I'm rolling with it. I think it's interesting character-wise.
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like, Joe, do you
Well,
think?
what do we get for this adaptiveness? Like, this means we never have to roll for sanity for a helplessness?
When
Helplessness.
you experience sanity damage due to helplessness, you no longer
Roll
do
for it. Okay.
you just automatically pass them. You don't have to take them. You automatically take the least amount that's possible.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so examples of helplessness damage. Being fired from your job. A friend suffers permanent harm. Finding a friend's remains. Flung into a pit of corpses. Learn that a bond has been killed. See
That
or
escalated.
hear a Bond gruesomely killed.
Oh god, yeah. Now Benedict got
Wow.
here way back.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay.
So yeah, and
All right, well,
and otherwise you
curious
guys are
what-
like right at the edge, aren't you? Are all you guys right at the edge of sanity for a
Yeah.
breaking point?
Mhm.
I am for sure.
All right.
So did we only take 170 sanity damage?
Yep, just the
Or
one.
how many? Okay. So yeah, I got 1 more point, 2 more points, and I'm past the breaking.
So
Benedict gets up real close to Agent Exter. He says, "How did you know our names?"
he will. He'll tell you. He's like, I'm sorry.
How?
It was a
Tell
slip
me
of the-
now.
I received it from.
I'm supposed to know.
I received it from them, from Richard Zaloni.
Benji is like sweating profusely, and his hand is on his Glock, and his eyes are darting back and forth in between the vents.
Yeah, we all just simultaneously became adaptive to helplessness, like
Like
this-
all of.
It's just triggered. Absolutely triggered.
Yeah, mechanically that's probably, I don't know, like maybe the decision I made to give you guys helplessness checks was wrong, but whatever, we're rolling with it.
A little bit of
All right.
PTSD kicking in at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last thing that he has for you is he will give you this list. Though I do have to make I mistakenly did something, so I have to add something just real quick. I have to wait, that didn't work. I have to block something out on this. Not because there's anything that like you haven't seen, but because of some things that are different about our game. This is just different. So it doesn't mean anything. There's no meta knowledge to get out of the fact that I'm blocking off part of this.
hiding, Joe? What are
It
you
doesn't
hiding?
matter.
You know what? I trust this agent. I don't trust you.
Joe, roll a persuasion check.
I think I've already failed, is what I'm picking up. Alright, I'm going to add this in here. You see this list up in the top left? This is the list of the... this is the list of the missing Delta Green operatives that are apparently missing from Dorchester House.
What you want to bet the other one is the dude that was strapped on the hospital bed that got swallowed by an infinite chasm.
Do we recognize any of these names, Joe?
You do not.
Okay.
These are all 3 people that are missing, that are Delta Green agents.
Yes, there are 3 agents missing from Dorchester House. Patients
And-
who were put there by Delta Green.
But the only thing I'm confused about, so these Delta Green agents came in contact with Richard, what's his name?
What?
I thought when you were
Richard.
debriefing us, the guy that was on the invite, I thought you said they came in contact with this Richard, and then they were sent to the psychiatric ward.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Richard Zaloni sends insane agents to the asylum.
Richard Zaloni
Just-
is shorthand for Delta Green.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're
Makes
going
sense now.
insane here.
Sorry.
But
Makes
the
sense.
other Richard, there is another Richard.
Yeah,
Richard,
which is the doctor. That's
the doctor.
a friend.
Yes.
Too many
Okay.
coincidences.
Completely didn't pick up on that.
Well, it makes sense that he's a friend because this is where Delta Green's sending their insane agents
Yeah.
to be taken care of. You know, whatever that
Okay.
entails. Okay.
So there are only 3 agents missing?
Yes.
Alright, let me write that down.
Agent Exeter, is there any were these agents on the same case? Did they know each other?
That information is beyond me. I'm
Here
gonna
we
be
go
frank
again.
here. Does Benji say that?
Here we go again. son of a bitch.
He looks at you. He's like, it's just, you know how this goes. Like
Yeah, I know. This ain't my first rodeo, brother.
he says, anyway, there are these are the names. This is who you're looking for. Dr. Dallin is waiting for your call. I suggest you get there sooner rather than later. I think he's expecting. I told him that you would probably be by tomorrow. So, if there aren't any other questions, I need to get out of here.
I have a question. Why did you send us this exemplar with the stamp? And he shoves it in his face. I think he takes it from Hank and he shoves it in his face, so he's forced to fucking look at this memo.
He's like taking it back as you shove it in his face. He's like, I've never seen this before.
What is this?
I don't know what that is. It looks like a writing sample.
All right, I'm gonna. What's the equivalent of insight check? Like to see if he's telling the
You're gonna
truth.
human him.
Human
I will also human him.
Failure. Fuck.
I too shall human.
That is a that is a 100. That is a fumble. Pew, pew,
You're
pew.
also human.
Not going well.
Success. Finally.
53 over under 72.
So
Success for
so
Benji.
how does one handle this? How does one handle the meta knowledge that you guys know two of you didn't pick up something and the other one did?
Well then.
Well, okay, let's walk it
Confusion.
back for a second.
Gonna be confusion.
All three of us separately as characters would have been trying to like gauge him
That's
throughout the
fair.
entire conversation.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't think there is any meta conversation to be had.
I think Benedict with a fumble is probably like highly suspicious. If not, he's just gonna make the wrong assumption. He's like, I don't fucking trust you. He's just gonna storm out like this guy's hiding something. He just fucking goes. That's
Yeah, okay.
probably a fumble.
Okay, that's not a bad fumble. Hank, you don't pick up anything. Benji, it doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right. There's something about him. You don't know what to do with this, but you feel like he has seen this.
Like he has seen.
The exemplar, the invitation and
Person,
stuff.
sigil.
Yeah.
All of it.
Is he like leaving right now?
He's like I don't know what it is. Like I don't know what this is. Like it's like you were sent the invitations. That's to get here. That's all I know. We're done here.
Hold on 1 second. You ain't been spitting nothing but lies and vagaries since we came into this place. Now you tell me, you look me in the eyes right now and tell me you ain't never seen that.
I have not. I'm just here to do the briefing. That's what I'm here to do. I'm just following instructions.
Benji looks over at the other two.
Benedict's out.
Benedict stormed out.
Okay, Benji looks over at Hank. And looks back. And pulls out his fucking pistol.
Okay.
Benji pulls out his pistol. Hank's like, what? He's like, a little
keep
bit
in mind there is
startled.
there's no one in the room. There's a large glass window, and there's a chance that someone walking by could look in. So like, are you pulling out your pistol and just putting it in his face, or you just like unclip the buckle on it and like just pull it out and hold it at your side? Like what's the deal?
I like that. I like that. We'll go for the more subtle approach. Just like, sort of pop it out of the holster and be like,
How about you start talking the truth?
I sent them to you. I sent you the invitations. That's all I know. I'm just following instructions. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving you the briefing. This is what we do.
We who
Why'd you lie
instruct-
about having seen that before, partner?
Because it's all supposed to be compartmentalized. It's just not the way we're supposed to do it, but we had to because it's just there's no one left.
What do you mean there's no one left?
It's just we had to pull you all the way from New York. Doesn't that say something to you?
Well, yeah.
Hank like looks at the giant ass phone and he's like, this does seem a bit out of date.
You guys hard
But
for cash?
but it's secure. We're doing what we can to do this job. You know how important the job is. You've
Well,
seen it.
yeah, we all do. Of course we do. That's why we're here. And it's important that we get the job done, and you don't give us all the facts. When you give us a shitty ass pre-Nokia cell phone instead of a sleek Apple iPhone designed by Steve Jobs, it just makes me wonder if you want us to complete this mission successfully.
Yeah, you see on the side of the phone the brand name is something you've never heard of. It says Seer, Seere, and it's like you've never heard of it. it's just like he's like this is what we've got. Okay.
As long as you're sure you're not leaving out something that might help us.
No, I'm
If
giving
that
you
is the
everything that I can to help you.
Because if you are indeed our handler for this operation, we're going to need to build trust. And right now, you're not doing too good.
So, where does Benedict go?
Benedict goes to the kitchen.
Okay.
And starts to fiddle with
To the vents.
with the vent covers.
There are several cooks in here. There are 3 cooks in here who are
He
just
pays
like
no mind. He's busy trespassing in the kitchen.
they're cooking on the griddle that is directly underneath the vent hood. It's hot. But to reach it, you'd have to stand on it, which would melt your shoes.
Right, Benedict sees that, and I guess he walks to go find Eduardo. Like, he's fuming. He's fumbled, he's been lied to, he feels on edge. So he goes to find Eduardo.
Alright, they tell you that Eduardo leaves at he leaves before 8 o'clock. He's not there.
Alright, I think he will then... He's looking for something. He needs to find something, so maybe I can do a search just to try and pop something out that's meaningful for him.
Okay. As you're doing this, Agent Exeter is trying to leave. He's like I've given you everything I need to. Like, we need to, we've already been here too long. We need to go. You've got your assignment. Dorchester House. Dr. Dallin.
All right, brother. I'll keep my eyes on you.
Just find these people. And he walks out. Benedict, go ahead and roll me that sweet alertness.
All right.
That's
Okay.
a failure.
That's a failure.
On number 28.
All right.
Damn.
What do you guys do as?
Make sure you guys are checking the boxes.
Oh yes, make sure you're checking your boxes for your failures.
I have not been. Thanks for that.
Oh my god. All right. Well,
Benedict
I mean,
tries to find some cake in the kitchen.
People are asking you to leave the kitchen.
Sorry, just storms out. Fucking.
I don't think Hank would press anymore on Exeter because
Okay, you're just gonna let him leave.
I guess so because Hank. I mean, that was Benji that smelled something fishy. Really.
I mean, the only thing like we could escalate the situation, like rough them up, and I don't know if there's anything to be gained from that.
Obviously, we could burn down the entire city of Boston.
You know what? Let's do it.
This I'm on board with.
Every time.
So that's where Hank stands.
You guys are, as you
Yep,
guys
go
are
ahead.
standing here in front of this large plate glass window, you see Agent Exeter go out and get in a 2010 white Ford Escape. Go ahead and roll me those alertness checks for you
Wow.
two.
We really should be seeing something right now. Success, finally. 41 under 64.
Another failure for Bill.
You catch a license plate.
Not
Okay.
my god.
What is it? Is it Boston?
I don't know. It's a license plate.
That's what I get for the success?
You get a license plate, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you get the license plate is KNGNYLW.
Nice work, Box.
No, it's not that. It's not.
I don't get it.
It's King in Yellow. It's not. It's not that. That's not. It's a random normal license plate. It's a Boston license plate.
Okay. That's
I'm
what I
gonna
get
keep
for
it
a
on the board.
success?
Yeah.
A random.
Yeah, you caught his license plate as he drove away.
Okay. Alright.
So yeah. What did you guys do? You're here. There's no cake. One of the waiters comes in. He's like, "Oh, it's the one that Benedict talked to earlier. Who he told. He's like, oh, are we ready for the food now?"
Hank's kind of like, it's free food.
Yeah. If you got a cake, that would be great.
They bring out. I don't know. It's a Mediterranean restaurant. I don't know what a Mediterranean dessert is. So
A savory cake.
I don't know. So they bring out a. Bring out some Mediterranean dessert with a candle on top, and they place it in front of Hank.
Okay.
And they sing.
You gotta sing us happy birthday.
Yep, and they all the waiters come out and sing happy birthday to Hank.
Except they
Just
call him
sits
Richard.
there.
Happy birthday to
Dear Richard, happy birthday to you. Whee! Like the little party favor thing. As they leave, one of the waitresses looks down at the photograph of the bloody words on the wall with the weird poem, and it's just like,
My god.
it gives you guys a weird look before they exit.
Does she have to roll sanity damage?
Well, now you have to find her and eliminate her.
Hank will
Okay, great.
search the room before he leaves. I mean, I don't think
Okay.
Hank wants to do anything else. Get a meal, and unless y'all want to discuss something here, but Hank's gonna look around the
Probably
room.
not.
Benedict's just angry.
Just regular old angry.
14 under 54. Search.
You search the
Oh,
room
yeah.
over. The only thing you find that is mildly odd is you find a piece of paper. It is like underneath the table. It looks like it fell underneath there. It looks to be like yellow legal pad paper. And it has, you can see just the edges of where something was written. It's completely impossible to decipher what it said. But it appears to have a almost like cartoonish style teeth marks, like someone had bitten the paper and like, you know, like tore it off with their teeth.
Interesting.
What
Nice.
the hell is that? Are we
Really
just possibly
confusing.
supposed
Just
to
little-
give her that clue?
It's just gonna be more of an aha moment when we figure out what.
Yes.
Oh my
A
god.
nice, a little
That's
treat
paper
for us.
cannibal.
It's,
That has
wait, does that imply that the person who ate
cartoonish
it
teeth.
is also
It's made of paper.
paper? Okay, all right.
Well, fellas, I don't much like this.
I want to go
Excellent.
home now.
Sam, let's go back to the Ritz-Carlton. Thanks again, Benedict, for the room.
I imagine you.
Appreciate that.
I imagine like flash to a scene where you're all like sitting in like a huge suite, like wearing big puffy bathrobes with like the Ritz Carlton logo on them, and like smoking cigars, and like room service like wheels in like a shrimp cocktail.
Yep.
I don't
Nice.
know about you guys, but my life has gone to shit in the last 20 years.
As you're smoking a cigar in the Ritz-Carlton.
This is probably the best night that I've had in 2 decades. It's good to see you fellas again.
It is.
I did fall in love, though, and lose my
Oh.
virginity.
Oh, was she was real? I thought you were making that person up.
Oh, she's, yeah, no, her name's Zara. She's Estonian or Turkish or something like that.
It was
Real
Turkish.
pretty dark-haired
Yeah.
girl.
You're referring to that person that you loved earlier?
Yeah, with all of my heart.
So it sounds like that you guys at this juncture in your relationship have dropped all pretense of like, this is my cover name and
There's
blah
no
blah
code
blah.
names.
Like it's just gone.
Nope.
I wouldn't think so. It's almost like trauma bonding. Like
Yeah.
these are the only other two people that, you know, we are the only ones that have experienced the horrors that we've experienced.
Yeah.
Do you know what my grandfather used to say? He used
What
to
did he
say, he used to say, grandson, life's too short for code names.
Wow. That is.
Who would have known that would have such a specific reference to this part of your
Huh.
life?
Okay. Pappy was a really weird
He was
guy.
British.
Life's too short for
Oh,
code names.
thanks. Put that on a t-shirt.
On a speedo.
Put that on a speedo.
Life's too short for code names. Damn, that is a nugget of wisdom. Holy.
As you all cheers like $500 a bottle of whiskey.
Yep.
All right.
I don't think Hank has anything he wants to specifically do
Mm-mm. Nothing to do.
besides go to the psych ward tomorrow.
And we should talk to this person tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this Dr.
Richard Dallin.
Dr. Richard
We
Dallin.
may send him a fax, actually. Mix it up.
That's really catchy. I mean, it's 2015. Like, well, even in the year of 2023, which you're currently in, fax is still used in the medical system.
Yeah, there's
So-
still a thing for some inexplicable
crazy.
reason. Like,
It's
So,
because they're secure or something. I don't know. But anyway, but yeah. So you guys settle in for the night. Are you guys all like? I guess. Like I'm kind of like I'm being funny with like the whole like you guys are in the best fucking hotel in town and like stuff like that. But it's like you guys could be in a pretty nice place. You know, we're not gonna mechanically just burn through all of all of Benedict's illicit cash. But you know, like you all go back to your rooms, and you try to get some sleep, and all of you across the board, for the first time in a long time, have dreams about Abigail Wright. You know, someone you've only seen in pictures, and heard the name, but you have this feeling like you're rushing after this young girl down hallways that twist and turn and are long and short, and it just seems like no matter how far you run or how fast you run or how far you reach, that she's always just right past your fingertips. And then you find yourself in a smoking lounge, and you see Mark Rourke there cheersing you, and then you find yourself you turn around and see a red ball bouncing down, and you see a large long-haired mastiff jump out, grab the ball, and look eagerly up at you. And then you also see the faces of Lewis Post. Post, Roger Caroon, and Thomas Manuel. People that you strong-armed into people you haven't thought of for decades. You think about them, and they run through your minds, and they're chasing you while you're chasing Abigail. And you wake up, and all three of you wake up at least once a night, just drenched in sweat. No matter how nice and comfortable these excellent silk sheets are at the Ritz-Carlton, they're just not enough to make you comfortable through the night. And I think that is probably a decent place. Go ahead and wrap this one. A little bit on the shorter side as far as episodes go, but not bad. Yeah.
Good setup.
Sweet.
How's it feel?
We're now filled with paranoia. Don't trust anything. We have a couple of leads. Feels like we're on track.
Paranoia for sure. But I don't know, that's good. That's like us playing our characters. We're all the next sanity point I take, my character will be at a breaking point, and God knows what the fuck that
and
looks
let's
like
keep
when
in
Benji-
mind, Benji technically has already hit one breaking point. Because he has a what is the term? What is the Delta Green term for it? He has like a mental disorder. That's it. He has a mental disorder.
Trauma?
Yeah. He has fugues,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
is something, and I'm going to be frank, that in the last season I totally forgot about. And there are definitely times. Basically, what happens when you have a mental trauma is when you encounter something that is similar to what caused your trauma, you lose it a little bit, and you experience whatever your mental disorder is. There were a few times where Benji should have lost his shit a little bit.
Well, we'll just lean into it harder this chapter.
So we'll just have to lean into it extra hard this time. It's gonna be great.
I mean, I'm totally down for that as a player. Like, one of the differences between Delta Green and other games is, like, you get to act out the insanity. Like in, God, what was the GameCube game that we used to play? Tome of Eternal Darkness.
Tome of
Sanity's
Eternal
Requiem.
Darkness. Yeah, that's it.
What a title.
Right?
Yeah.
Tome of Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Yeah.
Like,
Wow,
I'm-
you knew what you were buying, I guess.
Really stuck with you.
Yeah.
I really just let it all hang out there.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited to play that aspect of playing this character. Like, I actually, part of me, of course, wants to, like, win the game and have him have, like, a happily ever after kind of thing. But the other part of me is, like, really excited to explore going insane as
Yeah.
this character and just, like, breaking down.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, for those
Just
of
read every fucking book that you
just
pick up.
read.
Benji.
I think the takeaway message
Look at
He's
it.
going
Every
to.
document.
is read
You know
it.
he's going to.
Yeah.
He will.
We have the book that literally makes everybody go insane, and that what this entire campaign is named after. So you just have to read that all the time.
Yeah. I don't know if you
Yeah,
actually have
King in
a
Yellow
have a
is
copy
just
of it.
like light midnight reading.
Hank
Like
has
bedtime reading.
it was like Hank has the English version, and Benji
Benji
has the French version.
one.
Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. If you're listening, if you're listening, whether you're listening or watching the VODs on YouTube or Twitch, if you would like to hear these episodes a week early, man, swing on over to the to our Patreon page. We're over at patreon.com/greenboxgaming_. We've got a few of our patrons. I'd like to thank the first 3 patrons that we've gotten: Peter, Kyle, and Steve. who are supporting our ability to like pay for things like subscriptions to Roll20, and and maybe eventually the more stuff we'll get some better assets, get some better music, some better equipment, and just make a better product. Keep up with our announcements and everything that's going on, primarily over at the Reddit at r/greenboxgaming, or also on Twitter and Instagram. There's stuff on all the socials. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for playing as we dive into
for handling.
Yeah, and and the commemorative speedos, while not ready to go right now. I mean, we're just gonna stick a pin in it. The green
and also
the green box gaming
Peter
speedos.
and Steve will be grandfathered in, even if they don't subscribe for the $15 tier of the Patreon. They will receive speedos.
They're going to be getting, the hypothetical green box gaming speedos. So,
Chase, you just for the last time, you can't just send people your underwear.
You got to charge for that. Like, that's not for free. That's for fucking sure. All right. But thanks, everybody, for joining us. It has been a blast this time. And we will catch you next time. Bye.
Thank you.